Good evening, boys and girls, and the rest of you. We would like to welcome you to beautiful Byesville, Ohio, and the campus of Meadowbrook High School for tonight's OVAC semifinal contest between the Harrison Central Huskies, who come in with a record of 10-7 and the 5th seed in Division III, will take on your homestanding Meadowbrook Colts, who come in with a record of 15-3 and the number 1 seed in the Division II Eastern District. For our main man, Carson Todd, our producer tonight, working behind the scenes along with Caleb Graham Productions. I'm merely Tom Strasser, and if you're going to bring a big game on KGP airwaves, you better bring a big mouth with you, and I've done that. I'm honored to be joined by my sidekick, my partner in crime, but most of all, he's my teammate, the one and only Darren McCullough and D-Train. How sweet is it as these teams start getting ready for that tournament run that you get to play a little mini tournament before that in the OVAC?
Yeah, this game has a setting of a district semi or a district final game. If you think last year, I think Harrison Central was a Division II and made it to the district semis. This year they're a Division III. On the flip side, Meadowbrook was a Division III last year. They're a Division II this year, and they made it to the district. So this is definitely a contest of two teams. Even though they haven't played in the regular season for a while, at least, they have played, I know, a lot during the summer, whether it's at St. Clairsville Summer League or any type of shootout. So they're not really unfamiliar with each other, but it's kind of a game that really they're not totally lost on who each other are.
And D-Train, you just got to go back to 2 years ago. You mentioned Harrison Central was Division II, and they made a run to the districts. They faced the Meadowbrook Colt squad that would make that run to the Final Four in Columbus. They met at Union Local High School. It was a very entertaining game. Meadowbrook jumped out to about a 16-point lead. Harrison Central kept getting it down to within 7 or 6 between Meadowbrook would finally pull away. But it was a very entertaining game, and we expect a Husky squad to come out ready to shoot the 3 ball, and they got one of the best scorers in the OVAC that Meadowbrook will have seen this year,
by the name of Kobe Mitchell. And speaking of Kobe, the Meadowbrook players are wearing a tribute to Kobe, the Mamba Mentality shirts, and I have to give a shout out to my buddy Sean Dino, who's a big Kobe Bryant fan, still feeling the tragic of that loss. That just a terrible, terrible tragedy for all the families involved. But Kobe Mitchell definitely can light up the scoreboard. He's already over 1,000-point scorer. He's rumored to have scored no less than 27 points in each game this year. So I guess if you're Meadowbrook, you got let's hold him under 27 and we can set a record.
Oh, absolutely. But Meadowbrook, you're talking about a team offensively that will have more firepower than Harrison Central has seen this year. So I'll tell you what, it's Harrison Central and Meadowbrook. We're going to step aside and come back and give you the starting lineups and the opening tip after this timeout. Right. Welcome back to Byesville. Thanks for joining us here on KGP TV, and we would like to thank our sponsors for sponsoring tonight's broadcast, Stoney's RV and G&B Roofing. And as they get ready, just moments away from tip-off, let's meet the starting lineups first for the visiting Huskies of Harrison Central, who come in with a record of 10-7 and coached by Justin Clifford. Many of you know his dad, who coached many years at St. Clairsville, Kim Clifford, and of course his brother Ryan Clifford is now coaching the Red Devils at St. Clairsville.
And Justin also played college basketball for Coach Jim Burson at Muskingum too.
Yes, and if you've been around Justin Clifford, he will keep you entertained, that's for sure.
Yes.
We'll look at the starting lineup for Harrison Central. Will be junior Kobe Mitchell, number 1. Number 2, the senior Cruz Capers. Number 3 will be a junior Skylar Mazarowski. Number 4 will be a senior Kale McAfee and a sophomore. Number 10, John Vermillion. So it would be Vermillion, McAfee, Mazarowski, Capers, and Mitchell. And for your Meadowbrook Colts, starting lineup will be the 6'4 senior, Addie Black, 6' senior, Jonathan McCall, 5'10 sophomore, Jake Singleton, 6'3 junior, Davis Singleton, and the 5'11 senior, Zach Rusnock. So it'll be Rusnock, Davis, and Jake Singleton, McCall, and Black. Of course, Meadowbrook coached by Scooter Tolsta and partner as the OVAC semifinals get ready to tip off. Meadowbrook, they've won it the last 4 years. They're trying to be five-time OVAC champions, but they're going to have to get by a game Husky squad to do it.
Yeah, and you only said 5 times, 4 times, though, partner. So I believe that was a little Booker T impersonation for those wrestling fans out there. But definitely the Colts want to walk away a winner here, since this is their last year of the OVAC.
But D-Train, to cover myself, I said 5 times, 4 times because they've won it 4 times. They haven't won it 5 times yet.
Don't want to jinx them.
Absolutely. So getting ready to tip it off here, and it will be Vermillion for the Huskies and Addie Black for Meadowbrook. Thanks for joining us here on KGP TV. Ball's tossed up in the air and controlled by the Huskies.
Tell you what, Vermillion exploded up on that jump ball. Quickly got it back to him.
Kobe Mitchell, number 1, guarded by number 1, Jonathan McCall. That'll be a fun matchup right there, Vermillion. Dribble, drives, and the floater by Mitchell, no good. Rebound controlled by Meadowbrook and Addie Black. Jake Singleton brings it up, and it looks to be a 2-3 zone by the Huskies.
Yeah, I knew coming in they'd be running 2-3 zone. That's what Coach Clifford likes to run.
3 ball by Jake Singleton, no good. Mitchell rebound.
And you can tell the tempo of both these teams getting it up and down the court quick. And then if they don't have the numbers, they get right into a half-court offense. Here's a box set out of the Huskies.
Drive, Mitchell has the ball stripped by McCall. McCall will push, and he loses the ball. The Capers. Layup blocked by Addie Black. Saved to Jake to McCall. Floater off the glass and good. So Jonathan McCall gives Meadowbrook the first basket in the early 2-0 lead. 6:35, clock running here, opening quarter.
Definitely a quick turn of events there. Both teams turn it over, then the Colts get it back and get the transition layup.
Capers, 3-ball, good. And one of your favorite names in the OVAC, Cruz Capers.
Yep. CC.
Rusnock, 3-ball, no good. Rebound to Mitchell. Kicks it up to Vermillion. Vermillion straight to the basket. and they're going to say the ball goes off for Vermillion, and he's stumbling, and Coach Clifford is livid that there wasn't a foul call.
He's fired up. There's one thing definitely, Coach Clifford is easily excitable, and he'll be fired up coaching on that bench.
Yeah, and Harrison Central, they will feed off his energy, that's for sure. Here's a 3-ball by Jake Singleton. No good. Tip by Davis, no good. Vermillion runs down the rebound.
And he's definitely animated at times.
Mitchell to the basket, off the glass and good.
Strong move there by Kobe. Or as I said every time he'd make a bucket, I'd go, Kobe.
That's going to be fun watching him and McCall go at each other. Meadowbrook down 3. Here's a 3-ball by McCall. Good!
And you talked about the matchup between McCall and Mitchell. McCall quickly answers his layup with a 3.
And McCall has all 5 of Meadowbrook's points. Harrison Central being very, very patient.
And
down the lane.
Oh, just wow.
Yeah,
He's
but
quick. He got right in that lane quick.
That ball spun out. Kick out. McCall, 3-ball. Back rim, no good. Rebound battles for.
Stay with Meadowbrook.
Yeah, that's McCall and McAfee battling for it. And Meadowbrook will keep possession.
And McCall's definitely showed he's got some range. He's not afraid to be 2 or 3 feet behind the three-point line and pull. He showed that he can make that too.
D-Train, we'd like to give a shout-out to Buckeye Trail football coach Donnie Kearns.
Legend.
Who is watching us on KGP TV.
Legend. We hope to see him Friday night when we make it to the Wigwam.
Oh, we may even try to get an interview with him.
If we had the privilege to do that, that would be an honor.
My eyes are watering up just thinking about it.
We'll get some bone-in buffalo wings for him, and he'll be in heaven.
You better believe it. Rusnock trap. I tell you, very active 2-3 zone here by the Huskies. Jake Singleton, 3, in and out. Rusnock elevates for the rebound. Back to McCall. Baseline floater over Vermillion. No good.
There's going to be a foul. Yeah, definitely. Harrison Central's doing a good job in this zone. They're getting active hands, getting their hands up in the passing lane, making them see their hands before they can see a man open. They're doing a good job moving, communicating.
McCall's first free throw up and good. 6-5, Meadowbrook leads. 3:44 left here, opening quarter. Second free throw, McCall eyes it, skies it, and buys it. And now Meadowbrook will extend full court.
Here comes a trap at half court. Ooh.
Vermillion has the ball taken away, will be tied up.
That's just tough luck there. It was a tie-up, a late whistle, and by the time the whistle's blown, Davis has the ball.
So 3:37 left. Score, McCall 7, Harrison Central 5. Capers. Floater. Back rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Addy. He'll give it to Davis. Kick out, Rusnock, 3. Good!
And that's going to be a timeout for Harrison Central. That's the last thing they want is these outshot shooters, the Colts, to get hot. Seems like when they make one, they make 2, 3, or 4.
And I tell you, the one thing, Harrison Central, they're down 5 early. You know you're playing a team that's a division up, that's number 1, that was, as unanimous as you could get in the Eastern District for Division II. But I tell you, Harrison Central come in with a little swagger and playing with a lot of confidence. And, again, that's the trademark of their coach, exactly. Justin Clifford.
And he coached Clifford program, whether it's from the days when he was assistant for his dad at St. Clairsville to his days now as Harrison Central's head boys coach. They're going to come in prepared and be ready to play, and they're going to give you their best effort. That's pretty much all they're known. They're going to have the hard hat on and come ready to play.
Mitchell will bring it up against McCall.
Half-court trap again here.
Yeah, that house 1-2-2. Harrison Central's going to have to break the 10 count, and they do.
I think Addy kind of jumped out a little too soon. He's got to wait till he gets right there at the half-court line and then trap it hard.
Ball comes in to Mazarowski. The Vermilion pass stolen by Addy. McCall with the push. Davis, layup good. Davis Singleton with his first deuce. And here's a turnover by the Huskies. And Coach Tosa up past half court.
I'm looking down at the Harrison Central side. Assistant coach Donnie Madzai's up there yelling words of wisdom. Madzai used to be the varsity coach there at Harrison Central.
Rusnak off the missed shot. His shot no good, and they're going to get a foul.
That's going to be on McCall.
That's his first. Jerome Todd is checked in to give Jake Singleton a breather.
And he's probably more giving McCall a breather because Jerome is going to be guarding Kobe Mitchell more than likely with him in the end here. As Kobe Mitchell steps on in front of the Meadowbrook bench for another Harrison Central turnover.
Yeah, Coach Tosa, even though up 7, not happy about something and letting his team hear about it after that turnover. Meadowbrook skip passing through the zone. Davis Singleton strong off the glass. That's 2 buckets for Davis Singleton, and Meadowbrook up 9.
Good things happen when you get it to the high post against a 2-3 zone. That half spot's open.
And there's a foul. I believe they're going to get Jerome Todd with the foul.
I was going to say, if that's on McCall, it's going to be a second. But they're going to get it on Jerome, which will be his first.
Yeah, Meadowbrook, 2:04 left here in the first quarter. They are on a 10-0 run, I do believe. And you called it. Jerome Todd will chase Kobe Mitchell. And Boston Black, when he comes in, he'll get his turn at him as well. Mitchell posting up inside. Has to pull it back out. Deep three.
Wow.
Good.
Wow. Kobe. That's just good defense but better offense right there.
Mitchell has 5 to lead the Huskies. And Boston Black on cue will check in along with Jake Singleton. Skip past McCall. Gets down the lane. Scoop shot, good.
He's got that little crow hop there. Finishes the layup. It's kind of one of his signature moves.
Again, House, 3/4 court trap put on by Meadowbrook. But Mitchell pulls up from deep. Are you serious? Put that on the board.
Kobe.
Mitchell has 8.
And back-to-back threes on back-to-back possessions, I do believe, too. That's the last kid you want heating up on this court if you're Meadowbrook.
McCall and Rusnak will play catch up top. 30 seconds left.
Yeah, Meadowbrook's going to hold it for the last shot here. This 2-3 zone, don't be surprised if they maybe look for a lob to Addy possibly here.
Todd will come up. McCall goes to the left wing. 10 seconds. Oh, nice.
It's going to be a flare outside.
Flare screen. Rusnak's 3. Bingo. And that will end the first quarter. And a good one it was. After 1, Meadowbrook 19, Harrison Central 11. You're watching the OVAC semifinal game here from Byesville. We'll step aside and be back for more action here on KGP TV. Welcome back. Ready for second quarter action. Meadowbrook with possession, up 8. Addie Black, Boston Black, McCall, Jake, and Davis Singleton. Addie, scoop shot off the glass and good.
Not exactly the most stylish of buckets, but he got it to go in.
Yeah, and had to absorb some contact. A steal! Throw it down, big fella! Yes!
And we're going to have to fix the net after that one.
And we've got a timeout. You could see that coming. Harrison Central wants a full timeout, 23-11. We mentioned this is the semifinal game. Partner in the other semifinal game, who we got going?
We got East Liverpool and Martins Ferry. And I believe that is at least East Liverpool.
Yes, that should be.
It's early.
Through else. This is a semifinal game. There's interesting OVAC consolation games going on at the half at River High School. KGP correspondent Jenny Leggett's reporting. Bellsville leading River 23-21. And KGP correspondent Laura McComb is working the Buckeye Trail Monroe Central game. As Buckeye Trail gets to travel to Woodsfield like old times, and we'll be getting an update there soon. But Harrison Central, immediately, they're down 12. And here's a steal.
Another steal.
McCall layup, good. No good, yes.
It's in.
He teased me there. Mitchell.
Look at them. They got two guys running at Mitchell now here, making sure he doesn't hurt him.
Cabot Arball has checked in. He's number 33 for Harrison Central. Arball would be a freshman.
Doesn't look like a freshman. Pretty big kid.
So Boston Black guarding Kobe. And Boston Black dives on the floor, steals the ball, and will draw a foul on Mitchell. So turnover.
Good hard effort there from Boston Black.
Yes.
Sitting down, getting right, grinding those heels in, making sure he doesn't go by you.
And I don't know if there's a player we have seen this year that loves to play defense more than Boston Black does. Here's a Jake Singleton three. No good. Arball strong with the rebound. Mitchell has it. Deep three. Back rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Mazeroski. Here's another three. This one's up and good by McAfee.
That's his first shot attempt. He really hadn't been involved in their offense much. I didn't know if he was a threat or not, but he knocked that down.
How about McCall running down this missed shot? He knew that three was going to be off. Wow, what great anticipation there. Addie Black dials up a three, short. Mitchell will push it for Harrison Central. Kick out three, no good by Mazeroski.
Meadowbrook's doing a good job of throwing two guys at Mitchell, saying, hey, you other guys can hurt us, not him.
McCall down the lane, floater, good. McCall has 13 to lead all scorers, and Meadowbrook leads by 13.
That's going to be offensive, yep.
And that will be Mitchell's second foul. Rusnak will check in for Jake Singleton. Vermillion checks in for Mazeroski for the Huskies. Nearing the 5-minute mark here in the second quarter. Thanks for joining us here on KGP TV. We want to thank our sponsors, G&B Roofing and Stoney's RV. As Addie Black tries to save possession there for Meadowbrook off the Rusnock miss, but it will go back to the Huskies.
Here comes some more full court pressure on the Colts. It's just going to be a soft man-to-man defense, it looks like. But look here, as soon as it gets to half court, they're trapping Kobe Mitchell.
Yeah.
They are making him work for anything and everything.
Mitchell, 3-ball, no good. Rebound by McCall for the love of elevation. Coast to coast, kicks it back out. Boston. Black down the lane. His shot blocked. Mitchell or Singleton there to stick it in.
Hey, I don't think that was a shot. Give him an assist for the pass. And, ooh. We almost had another charge call on Kobe Mitchell there, but they're going to get Boston Black for the block.
Yeah, and I could have sworn Kobe Mitchell looked up here and gave you the stink eye when you said Meadowbrook playing some soft pressure the man defense, because you're right, when he gets it,
oh, they are all
over him.
As soon as he gets to half court, there's two guys just with eyes on him, locked on him. He's not going left because there's a guy. He's not going right because there's a guy.
And now Jerome Todd, who doesn't have to take a back seat defensively to anybody, chasing Mitchell. Harrison Central getting some good looks from three-point land. They cannot hit many of them at all so far. McCall floater, good.
I tell you what, I think Jonathan McCall has touched every little piece of the rim so far here tonight. He's had about 2 or 3 shots roll around and go down. Oh.
Still by Addie Black. McCall has it. The Todd. And he'll be fouled. I believe they're going to get McAfee with the foul. And Coach Clifford knew coming in for Harrison Central to have any chance tonight, they were going to have to shoot lights out from three-point land.
You're going to have to knock down shots.
Addie Black probably overpassed there. Kobe Mitchell off the yo-yo dribble.
Kobe.
With the deuce. 3-ball by Rusnock. No good. Wow, Todd up.
Yeah, Todd got up high for that board.
Stick back is good.
I don't think he can get up as high as our producer, Carson Todd, but Jerome got up pretty high on that one.
That was some impressive hops. Speaking of impressive, elbow jumper by Mitchell.
Uh-oh. He must have slid there. I thought he went down.
McCall thinks about the three, gives it to Addie, and they're going to call a blocking foul.
Yep. That's going to be on McAfee. Yep, number 4.
And I tell you, Kobe Mitchell, he tripped over one of his teammates coming back down the floor, and he is still laboring.
Yeah, he's trying to stretch out. That looks like his left calf, maybe left heel.
Oh, floater by Davis Singleton is good. Singleton has 8.
And as good as we were saying this Harrison Central 2-3 zone has, it looks like they've kind of got a little lackadaisical with it. They've kind of come through to some adversity and kind of not gave the effort that they were earlier on in this game.
Mitchell, 3-ball no good. Vermillion gives it out to McAfee. His 3 no good. McCall pushes. Davis jumper no good. Jake. And Meadowbrook again will extend. Mazeroski, the capers, pass stolen. Jake has it, layup good off the Davis assist. Meadowbrook with 9 field goals here in the second quarter. Davis double teamed. Skips it back to McCall. .115 left. Meadowbrook being very patient. McCall thinks about the three. Nice closeout. Jake Singleton will dial one up.
Wow.
Rebound to Mazurowski.
Yeah, Mazurowski may have had a hand in the back of Addie Black there.
Mitchell has the ball knocked away. Capers the Vermilion layup good.
I tell you what, Meadowbrook's got a lot of deflections on Kobe Mitchell tonight, whether it's him dribbling the ball and tipping it out of his hands or on passes. I mean, they're definitely not making it easy on him.
Yeah, Mitchell is tired. He has 12 points, but he has had to work for.
Yeah, he's got his hands on his waist here right now. He's saving energy on the defensive end.
And he still doesn't act right since that fall. Meadowbrook will take a timeout. We'll keep it here. Again, we want to thank our fine sponsors, Stoney's RV and G&B Roofing, for sponsoring this OVAC semifinal game. And D-Train, we're in Byesville tonight. We're happy to announce, good Lord willing, 3 nights from now, we'll be making the trek to beautiful Old Washington, Ohio, and the campus of Buckeye Trail High School for an OVAC consolation game. Do they get any bigger as far as rivalries? Shenandoah, the Zaps, make their way into Old Washington. That place will be packed and rocking.
That was always a big rivalry in the PVC, and since Buckeye Trail left for the IVC, they don't play Shenandoah anymore, or as much in basketball. I think they played them maybe last year, but that was always a big game for both of those programs, always a game they had circled on the calendar. Both communities would show up ready to root on their respective schools.
And speaking of Buckeye Trail, KGP correspondent Laura McComb checking in at the half. Monroe Central leading Buckeye Trail 35-27. McCall gives it to Addy. Rusnak three. Good! That is Zach's third three, and that ends a dominating first half by Meadowbrook. Your score at the half. And OVAC semifinal. Meadowbrook 40, Harrison Central 20. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take a brief timeout. When we come back, we'll give you first half individual scoring and get some stats and expertise analysis from my partner in crime, D-Train. So let's out, and we'll be back in just a few. Welcome back to KGP TV. I'm merely Tom Strasser. My sidekick, D-Train Darren McCullough. And our producer of the broadcast, Carson Todd, behind the camera, keeping everything flowing smoothly. Caleb Graham working the sidelines, getting some action shots as well. And before we look at the individual scoring, we would like to give a couple of special shout-outs to the fine folks in Harrison County. We had a Harrison Central Husky fan come up and say that he got a text from some of his family and friends that they are watching it back home. So we want to welcome the Husky Nation on board. And D-Train, you know it's a big game by the people who are listening to you. And when you say the name John Ferguson, it don't get any bigger around Byesville than that. He's tuned in. So, John, a shout-out to you and Jeff. And
former Colt, both former Colts.
Yes. And their lovely mom, Martha, as well. So we want to say hi to the Ferguson family, along with Courtney tuning in. And Jenny Leggett, our KGP correspondent, also tuning in as well, keeping us updated down at River, the Bellsville River game, Monroe Central Trail game. We've got that covered, and we're working feverishly to try to get an update on the East Liverpool and Martins Ferry game. We have not been able to get anything there. But at the half, Buckeye Trail leading Harrison Central 40-20. Meadowbrook led 19-11 after one quarter. And then in the second quarter, Meadowbrook would outscore Harrison Central 21-9. And we'll look at the individual scoring first for the Huskies. John Vermillion with 2 points, 3 apiece from Cale McAfee and Cruz Capers. And leading the way with 12 points, Kobe Mitchell. So Mitchell with 12, Capers and McAfee 3, and Vermillion with 2. For your Meadowbrook Colts, again, a balanced attack. Jerome Todd with 2 points, Jake Singleton with 2, 4 for Addie Black, 8 from Davis Singleton, 9 from Zach Rusnock, and leading the way so far with a game-high 15 points, Jonathan McCall. So John McCall with 15, Rusnock 9, Davis Singleton with 8, 4 from Addie Black, and 2 apiece from Jake Singleton and Jerome Todd.
Balanced scoring again.
And we just got word in the fourth quarter, it's East Liverpool up big, 60-26 over Martins Ferry. So looks like East Liverpool will be waiting the winner of this game, and that will be a 10 a.m. tip-off Saturday morning.
And if it's East Liverpool and Meadowbrook playing, it'll be a rematch from the Buckeye 8 Challenge at the same site, with Meadowbrook won 53-37 earlier this year.
And both teams very much improved since that early meeting. And Buckeye Trail up comfortably right now, 40-20. You know the Huskies, they'll keep shooting the 3 ball, and you got Kobe Mitchell. What do the Huskies need to do to get back in this game, especially going to the fourth quarter?
Well, it's got to start on the defensive end. I'm always going to preach defense. They've got to sit down and get some stops, whether it means switching up maybe to man or really being a little more aggressive out of that 2-3 zone. Get those hands in the passing lanes, get some deflections, try to get some easy buckets on the other end. Because right now, Kobe Mitchell's getting the ball, and he's getting it to half court, and then the Colts are just swarming him.
Yeah, and Meadowbrook really got that run the first 3.5 minutes of the second quarter, the points off turnovers, and Harrison Central early in the first quarter when they were allowed to set their defense, they did a nice job. But when you turn it over, you can't set your defense. And then when they did get a chance to set their defense, Meadowbrook really did a better job attacking the zone off the bounce and then kicking it out for threes that Rusnak and McCall have been hitting.
Yeah, not worried about dribbling the ball. Like you can pass the ball quicker than you can dribble it, get it moved from side to side.
Mitchell and a near and one opportunity. That'll be the second foul on McCall. So Kobe Mitchell will go to the line. And only a junior. What a nice player. And his game is so smooth. First free throw up and good. And it really mirrors the player wearing number 1 in white. Second free throw by Mitchell, nothing but the bottom of the net.
They are mirror images because one shoots right-handed, the other shoots left-handed. So when you look in the mirror, it's always the opposite hand.
And they can shoot the deep three, and they can attack off the bounce. Just really hard to guard, especially with one person.
And Meadowbrook's done a pretty good job of making sure it's been more than one person. I mean, McCall's guarding him, Jerome's guarding him, Boston's guarding him, and then at times they've had a second guy helping with him a lot of times.
Rusnak.
Meadowbrook doing a good job being patient here.
McCall three, back rim, no good. Addie Black finds the rebound, layup, good.
Look what I found.
It's called being in the right place at the right time. Mitchell all the way, layup, good, and he was fouled.
I think that 10-minute halftime has got him a little rejuvenated.
Yeah, I don't know if we seen it on our live stream or not, but after he hit a bucket late in the second quarters, that free throw is good. Mitchell with 5 early points here in the third quarter. He tripped over a teammate going down the floor and didn't land that good.
No, and he was favoring it, like you said, a lot there those last minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Harrison Central having to extend their zone since Meadowbrook has heated up. If you're just joining us, D-Train in the first quarter, Meadowbrook didn't shoot the ball that well from three.
They did hit 3 threes in that quarter. It's just they hit them in spurts.
Here's a rare turnover for Meadowbrook.
They'd miss 3 or 4 and then make 3 or 4.
Here's a steal, and they flush it down, big fella. There you go. Addie Black with his second flush of the night, and here's another steal. McCall, floater off the glass.
An offensive foul.
They're going to wave off the basket, and that's his third foul.
Ooh. And Boston Black quickly is up to get him.
McCall, in their thrilling victory, come from behind win at New Philly.
Some big three-point shots there in the fourth quarter.
Yes, but he had to play a lot of that game with 3 fouls.
Yep.
As capers will be called.
And Addie had 3 fouls at halftime in that game too.
Yes, and then got a 4th foul in the second half. So Meadowbrook, they have played with foul trouble this year, and that's going to benefit them on their tournament run. Addie Black off the glass, layup good. He now is in double figures.
He has all 6. Oh, and he stepped on a bounce. Or, yeah, I was going to say, you got to call something there. Local coach or local official Timmy Gibson on the call, calling a block on the Colts.
So 21-point lead for Meadowbrook. They led by 20 at the half. Mitchell looking to take Boston.
And they're going to call a travel on him there.
So possession back to Meadowbrook.
I'm just going to go on a limb, and I don't think Kobe Mitchell's had to work this hard in games in a lot of the teams that he's faced.
No, he hasn't had this many defensive specialist thrown at him, that's for sure. And Jake Singleton will be going to the line for 2.
So for a chance for somebody besides Addy here to score in the second half for the Colts.
And the super sophomore, what a year he has had for Meadowbrook. Eyes it, skies it, and buys it.
He probably is the last guy you want to foul on Meadowbrook's team, as he's
second
got
free.
A nice form and rhythm there at the free throw line.
Yeah, and remember, he had 15 in the victory over New Philly, including 2 big three-pointers in the fourth. Off the steal, Boston Black layup, good. Give Addy the assist on the home run pass. Mitchell from way downtown, no good.
Short.
Addy thought about pulling the trigger there off the rebound. We'll walk it up.
And I think if Meadowbrook wanted to, Addy could just sit there and hold the ball right here and they wouldn't come out and guard him. But when you're down 25 like Harrison Central is, they got to do something.
Yeah, Harrison Central knows they cannot man up Meadowbrook, but not many squads have been able to. Rusnak 3, no good. Battle for the rebound. Boston Black saves it to Addy.
Oh,
Our
good
ball.
hustle there by Boston.
Nice hands by the freshman there. Good anticipation defensively by Arball. Mitchell. Spinner. And they're going to
travel. Yep.
wave off the basket. I tell you, that looked like a pretty good move to me.
Spin in a step.
I mean, Kobe can put you on spin cycle real quick. Nearing the halfway point.
And they're going to call a block here on McAfee.
So Addy Black will go to the line. Man, Addy Black, he has 5 field goals. He hasn't taken more than 6, maybe 7 shots.
Yeah, he's had some nice, easy inside shots for the most part.
And a couple of
throwdowns
in transition. Second free throw, in and out. Rusnak. Boston's pass is knocked away again. Arball saving a would-be layup.
Arball playing limited minutes here, but he's done, we've said his name, he's done some good things here for Harrison Central. 1 in a billion Vermillion's checking in, back in for the Huskies.
Yeah, Vermillion, he's a good athlete.
Uh-huh.
They're going to have.
He showed that on the opening tip when he exploded up and tipped it back for him.
Meadowbrook so unselfish.
Don't look now, but they're trapping everything here. Well, they didn't trap in the corners, which is the best place to trap.
Rusnak 3, short. Battle for the rebound. Jake has it. Shot blocked by Vermillion. And the rebound stays with Meadowbrook. I tell you, when game 22 rolls around after the 22nd game and you look at the rebounding for Meadowbrook, don't be surprised at the number of boards Jake Singleton has.
He just seems like he's always at the right place at the right time.
Oh, he rebounds with a passion. And Addy Black is fouled on the floor. Coach Clifford not happy with that call. Meadowbrook up 26.
And that's the third on Kobe Mitchell. That's too easy there.
Yeah, that's like a free throw.
That's a layup right there.
For Singleton, he has 6. Capers. Mazeroski, shot rejected by Addy.
Man, there's a coach you want to see wrap it around and get it to the big fella for a layup.
Boston Black shot, no good.
I mean, Addy was setting him up ready to say no soup for you, and he did.
Kobe, pull up just inside the three-point line, and it's good.
And he has all 7 points for the Huskies here in the second half, which isn't surprising because he has all but 5 of their points total.
Meadowbrook being very patient here, 2:15.
Don't look now, but the Huskies are in man-to-man defense.
Jump ball. And a rare turnover for, no, it will stay Meadowbrook possession, my bad. As Todd and McCall will enter back into the game for Meadowbrook. So it's McCall, Todd, Addie, Jake, and Davis Singleton.
So Harrison Central still in man defense.
And Addie Black and again, Coach Clifford not happy with the missed call there as Jake Singleton hits the layup. He has 6 in this quarter, 8 for tonight. Mitchell put that on the board. Wow. Boy,
it's 23 now, I do believe Kobe Mitchell has. So we said earlier that he hasn't been allowed less than 27 in the game this year.
Yeah, 21.
I think the scoreboard's wrong, though, because I only have 3 guys scoring, and that would only be 27 amongst those 3. Unless
Vermillion scored. Yeah, he has 21.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I missed it in the first quarter. So, yes, he does have 21. We should never doubt when there's legends like Jeff Neff down there on the scoreboard.
And he has it. Cut off. Back up top to McCall. You know, McCall had 15 at the half, and I don't know if Jonathan has attempted a shot.
He picked up that 3rd foul, and it kind of took him out of the game for a while. But Addie stepped up, Jake stepped up and made some buckets. And when you got more than one guy who can score, it makes your team a lot better.
McCall down the lane, off the glass, no good. Nice help side defense by Mitchell, who will bring it up. 30 seconds left. Double high screen for Mitchell.
And you notice right there with that, they had that double high screen for him. There's 2 Colt defenders right there going with Kobe Mitchell.
Boston Black will check in for McCall for his last 23 seconds. Vermillion gets fouled by Davis. So Vermillion to the free throw line. Vermillion's a sophomore.
I'd like to see them use him more. He seems like we said, a good athlete. They just don't really haven't really used him, I think, to the capabilities. His capabilities. Definitely if you can get him inside, he can make those little bunnies. Definitely opens things up the outside for Kobe Mitchell and all the others.
So Vermillion's second free throw, that one is good. So Vermillion splits a pair there. Meadowbrook will.
Here's a big thing that you don't really look at the game. The Colts have had the last possession. Now it's going to be for all 3 quarters. They didn't convert in the first, but they hit that Rusinoff 3 to end the half. It's just so important getting those end of quarter shots. It kind of sends you. And nope, that one's up, but it just sends you in back to the huddle and like a positive. You got a little momentum going your way.
You're right, my man, and there's a lot of positives going on here after 3 in Byesville for Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook 8 minutes away from going back to OUE for a chance for their 5th straight OVAC championship.
Yep.
And you look there at the 3rd quarter, Kobe Mitchell, he had 9. Addie Black had 6.
7. He split
7.
Free throws. And Jake Singleton had 6. Boston Black had 2.
And East Liverpool has punched their ticket, knocking off Martins Ferry. I believe it was 81-41. So congratulations to the Potters.
Another big score that the Colts are going to have to contend with one Deshaun Jackson, the guard for East Liverpool. Kind of like East Liverpool, they're a little reminiscent of Harrison Central in a way. I think they have a lot of Deshaun Jackson and some role players, kind of like how Harrison Central has with Kobe Mitchell and their team.
Checking some other scores after 3 in Woodsfield. It's Monroe Central 54, Buckeye Trail 50. And
the last score I've got in halftime, Tri-Valley's up 30-17 over John Glenn. That's going to be a travel on Kobe Mitchell. He's not happy about it.
Yeah, Mitchell thought he was tripped. So a turnover for the Huskies. And coming down the stretch in River, Bellsville up 1 with 4 minutes left. 3 ball by Jake Singleton is good. Singleton with 9 of his 11 here in the second half. Mitchell, 3 ball, no good. Rebound, guess who? Jake Singleton. Meadowbrook up 28. What a very businesslike performance. Floater, good by Davis Singleton. He's in double figures with 10.
Colts have now, 4 guys in double figures? Yep. And Rusnak's 1 point away, so all 5 of your starters with at least 9 points. It's good balanced scoring.
And Kobe Mitchell, deep 3, no good. Still stuck on 21. Run out. Addie Black, layup, good. And for Harrison Central, Mitchell has 21. No one else has more than 3.
The other 3 have 3, actually, each. And Harrison Central is going to get a timeout here with 6:26 to go.
And we'll keep it here, 62-30. Again, we want to thank you for joining us here on KGP TV and our fine sponsors, Stoney's RV and G&B Roofing. Remember, Friday night we'll be in Old Washington to watch the Shenandoah Zeps and the Buckeye Trail Warriors do battle. Last we seen, Warriors down 4, started the 4th, and D-Train, you look at that game, Buckeye Trail coming off a loss this past Friday at home against Highland.
Well, how about the performance from our boy Franco Rome?
Yes.
Wow.
37 points in that game. Highland's the number 2 seed in the Eastern District in Division 4. And it was a 1-point game with 4 minutes left in Old Washington. So the Buckeye Trail Warriors, they are playing their best ball of the year coming down the stretch. And Shenandoah, they're one of those teams that you better look out come tournament time.
I mean, when you lose a game, there's not many victories, but when you lose by only 6 to a very solid Highland team, you kind of have to pick a lot of the positives down there. You got to be really happy if you're Coach Meister and the Buckeye Trail staff.
And they're going to
call it travel.
Yeah, Meadowbrook will turn it over. Meadowbrook up 32. That's been their biggest lead of this game. Capers. Capers hit a 3 to start this game for Harrison Central, but he's been quiet since.
Good hands by the Harrison Central fan.
I tell you, a nice contingent of Husky fans have made their way down from Harrison County on a Tuesday night.
It's a school night.
Tried by Mitchell. Floater, good.
His first step is just so fast.
Addy up top to Boston. There's a baseline jumper by Davis Singleton, no good. Mitchell with the rebound for the Huskies.
Got a good look, just couldn't get it to fall there.
Floater, that shot partially blocked by Addy Black. Rebound comes down to Boston.
And Mazrowski takes down a chair on the loose ball there on the rebound.
And Addy,
I think he's got a little hurt lower back hip.
As Addy Black was fouled before the shot. Harbaugh will check back in for Mazarowski for the Huskies. 3 ball, no good. Mitchell battles Black, and Addy comes up with it. The Boston.
Kobe's just trying to play too fast there.
Layup good by Jake Singleton. And wow, what a second half the sophomore has had.
Of his 13 here now in the second half.
So after the foul, and they are going to get Boston Black with the foul. Jerome Todd will check in.
And Meadowbrook starting to empty their bench a little bit here as
Jonah McCall will check in, and Eric McCullough will check in. Near still by McCall. Mitchell. Wow. That's simply Kobe being Kobe right there.
Kobe.
Meadowbrook again. Their ability to spread the floor and get a layup right there. Todd fouled.
He just attacked the hole. Nobody there. Little Vermillion got there late to the help defense. Had these guys spread out. Jerome's attacked the gap perfectly.
Foul will be on Vermillion.
And I will say this too, Jerome, not quite as athletic as his younger brother Carson, but he's pretty athletic. As a younger brother, you always got to stick up for the younger brothers.
Oh, absolutely. And Davis Singleton gets a rousing ovation from the Big Orange crowd. Second free throw, no good. Vermillion rebounds. Here comes Kobe.
That's going to be a foul on Jonah McCall.
And this will be Mitchell to the free throw line.
Yep.
And
he's stuck at 26.
Yeah, and I tell you, Coach Tosa wants a 30-second timeout. Again, we want to thank our fine sponsors, Stoney's RV, G&B Roofing, and we want to thank you for tuning in here on KGP TV.
Yeah, we got to thank our fans. Our main man, the man in charge, the boss, Caleb Graham, said there was at one point over 120 people listening to us and watching us live, whether through Facebook or YouTube. So thank you for all the people that's listening to us. And watching the game too, of course, but the banter between myself and Mr. Strasser is one of a kind. ESPN has nothing on us.
It's one of something, that's for sure. Speaking of something, Kobe Mitchell was something else.
27.
And if you're a Husky fan, the best part of Kobe Mitchell's game is he's a junior. Second free throw, nothing but the bottom of the net. Jonah McCall, quick first step, leaves it just a little short.
And finally a jump ball's called after the loose ball there.
Yeah, and that's Drew Webster has checked in for Meadowbrook, and he secured the offensive rebound. Possession stays with the Colts.
And this is good for this group of Colts players in here. Harrison Central still has their starting five minus 33 R ball, so you're you're not playing against JV, you're getting an opportunity to play against some upper competition.
Yeah. Trayvon Mail has also checked in for Meadowbrook, and Mail has it up top, guarded by Mitchell. Meadowbrook had a big JV win as Jonah McCall's 3 attempt no good. Mitchell will look to push. He has 28. Gives it to Vermillion. The Capers. Mitchell, wow.
And that's 30 for him.
18 here in the second half.
Wow. He has scored over 75% of his team's offense. I mean, that could be good and bad. Tonight it's kind of been a little bit of both.
Again, another balance night for Meadowbrook. 3 ball by Mail, no good. Mazarowski will check in. And Jace Madzai,
Yep.
number 11, checking in for the first time.
Both those guys got a little run in the JV game earlier.
Mitchell double team, deep 3, little long.
And look at that. It doesn't matter that the second unit's in. They're going to harass Mitchell, as both McCall and McCullough were all over him on that 3-point attempt.
They're going to change it. Possession back to Meadowbrook.
If they weren't going to change it, I saw Coach Tolzer reaching into his pocket to throw the red flag. So at least we don't have to go through that 5-minute delay like we do in basketball and in the NFL.
And Kobe Mitchell, how about this, getting not only a ovation from the Husky crowd, but also from a large number of Meadowbrook faithful as well.
Hey, he deserves it. He definitely proved that he's one of the best in the Valley.
Stick back by McCullough is good, and one, as he'll be fouled by Madzai.
Good, strong finish there by McCullough.
Tyler Lacey will check in, along with Josh Hupp. So Meadowbrook, for the 5th year in a row, will play for the OVAC Championship Saturday morning at 10 a.m. That's the 3-point, old-fashioned 3-point plays converted by McCullough. They'll take on East Liverpool. 1:50 left. Nice floater there by McAfee. That's his second field goal.
I have to let it out. Morgan Wallen, country music singer. That's who McAfee reminds me of. I don't know if it's the mullet-like hair or what, but that's all I can think of whenever I see him.
McCullough takes our ball off the bounce. Jonas Jones seeing some action for Harrison Central as well. And Hupp will go to the free throw line for 2. Here with 1:09 left.
And slowly you're seeing some people from both sides start to depart.
Free throw by Hupp, in and out. Again, Caleb Graham Productions. TV will be in Old Washington Friday night, and we're looking to see if we'll be able to do the game Saturday morning. We'll have word on that as Hupp's second free throw is up and good. And we will be able to let you know more about that Friday from Old Washington.
Yep. It should be fun. It's a great atmosphere there at OUE. It's a lot of fun. A lot of good tournament basketball games have happened there.
Layup up and good by Mail.
I remember, probably 10 years ago, seeing John Glenn beat Carrollton, which was the number 2 team in the state at that time. Missed bucket by Harrison Central. The Colts in transition. Lacey driving, and he's going to be called for steps.
So wave off the basket. from Lacey. 32 seconds left. And the Huskies, they will have a showdown with Martins Ferry.
The best part about that Carrollton John Glenn game was I was sitting next to my buddy TJ Mitchell's wife, who was pregnant at the time, and I think the next day they had their first child, Kendall Mitchell, together.
As Madzai has an N1 opportunity. Free throw up. Rims out. 15 seconds, and Meadowbrook, I believe, will hold it here. And that should do it here from Byesville. Meadowbrook will advance to the OVAC Championship Saturday morning at 10 a.m. at OUE, campus of Ohio University Eastern. And your final score from Byesville: Meadowbrook 70, Harrison Central 43. We'll take a brief timeout and wrap things up here on KGP TV after this timeout. Welcome back to Byesville, the campus of Meadowbrook High School and home of the 2020 OVAC semifinals, where it was your Meadowbrook Colts who will advance to the OVAC championship game, where they will take on East Liverpool as the Potters knocked off Martins Ferry this evening at home, 81-41, and Meadowbrook taking care of business tonight against a very game Harrison Central Husky squad. Final score 70-43. Good guys. Meadowbrook led 19-11 at the end of the first quarter and would outscore Harrison Central 21-9 to open up a 20-point lead at the half, 40-20. Then Meadowbrook would cruise from there, outscoring Harrison Central 15-10 in the third quarter to lead 55-30. After three, Meadowbrook would get their lead up to as high as 32. And then outscore Harrison Central in the fourth quarter 15-13 for your final, 70-43. For Harrison Central, their scoring went this way. Jace Madzai with 2. 3 apiece for John Vermillion and Cruz Capers. 5 for Cale McAfee. And leading the way, Kobe Mitchell with 30 points. 18 of those in the second half. So Kobe had 30, 5 for McAfee, 3 apiece for Capers and Vermillion, and 2 for Madzai for the victorious Meadowbrook Colts. Their scoring went this way. 1 point for Josh Hupp. 2 points apiece from Trayvon Mell, Boston Black, and Jerome Todd. 3 points from Eric McCullough. And then 9 points from Zach Rusnok, 10 from Davis Singleton, 13 apiece from Jake Singleton and Addie Black, and leading the way with a team-high 15 points, Jonathan McCall, and McCall scored all 15 of those in the first half. So McCall with 15, 13 from Black and Jake Singleton, 10 from Davis Singleton, 9 from Rusnok, 3 from McCullough, 2 from Male, Boston Black, and Todd, and 1 from Josh Hupp. So Meadowbrook, just a dominating performance and as businesslike as you could expect.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard hat lunch pail. It's time to sit down, grind out, and win some games. If you want to go far in the tournament, it's going to be about who's working harder, who's playing better on both sides of the floor. And with them, the way throwing 2 guys at Kobe Mitchell, it definitely got to him in that second quarter. He had some issues as far as just passes to kids, and he was definitely frustrated. You could tell at times. He hadn't seen it. I don't think he's seen much as far as defense like that against him.
No, and I tell you, just a impressive performance from Kobe Mitchell. And like we said, that kid ought to sleep well the way Jonathan McCall, Jerome Todd, and Boston Black need him up throughout the night. And for him to still get 30,
exactly.
That's impressive.
We're talking about how great the Colts did defensively on him, and he still scored 30. But it was a hard-earned 30 points. That they weren't just a bunch of layups. He had a lot of tough threes, some step-back shots that a normal player doesn't make. But
yeah.
He definitely proved that he's one of the best players in the area, that's for sure.
But what made the Meadowbrook defense so great, Mitchell got 30. The rest of the team got a combined 13 points.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt you every time. If you've got to find that second and third option at least. You got to have 3 guys that can score, or you're going to struggle.
And again, we want to thank our KGP correspondent Jenny Leggett's reporting at River. River rallies to knock off Bellsville 60-51, and a big milestone was accomplished tonight with that game.
Yep, our buddy Coach Mark Romick, the head coach at River, picked up his 300th career win. So congratulations to him. We'll be seeing him on Sunday night at the District 12 meeting. So we'll definitely have to make sure we pass along our congratulations. That's a great feat for anybody. 300 coaching wins.
Yeah, and the River trailed most of that game against a very game Bellsville Blue Devil squad. So we want to thank KGP correspondent Jenny Leggett for keeping us updated there. And how about at Monroe Central, KGP correspondent Laura McComb reporting it was the Seminoles of Monroe Central who held on for a 66-65 victory over Buckeye Trail, a team that, good Lord willing, we will see Friday night at home against Shenandoah.
And I just got a last update here. Tri-Valley's up 51-31 over John Glenn in the fourth quarter. So Tri-Valley's there. I said as soon as drawing's going out, I was like, Tri-Valley's the team that Meadowbrook has to watch out for. When Woody and I talked about it when he covered you for the game, I said Tri-Valley's the name that I keep popping in my head. That's going to be the game that's a team that could challenge the Colts because, as you know and I know, Coach Todd McLaughlin does a good job as far as getting his troops ready, and they'll be prepared. Meadowbrook will have the size because they're more of a five-guard lineup and open offense, but that should be, if the favorites win, that should be a district final, I'm going to say at Muskingum University.
There you go. That'll be a lot of fun, and it'll be fun Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Meadowbrook and East Liverpool will battle for the OVAC championship. As we head on out, we want to thank again our fine sponsors, Stoney's, R&V, and G&B Roofing for sponsoring our KGP TV broadcast this evening, as well as Carson Todd, who did a great job behind the cameras. Our producer, Caleb Graham, as always, great job, my man. And D-Train, thank you for your expertise analysis.
If that's what we're going to call it.
We'll do it. And I'm merely Tom Strasser. And on behalf of the KGP family, we want to wish everyone a pleasant rest of the night. And we look forward to seeing you Friday night in Old Washington. And once again, your final score, Meadowbrook 70, Harrison Central 43. Good night, everyone.